on this scene. I've asked to speak to him. He's right across there, probably 15 feet away from me. He's not speaking to me. I want some answers. Look at that guy. Do you think we're going to hire him to be our chief? He won't speak to me. I don't feel safe. Oh, well, that's what we're trying to figure out right now. But this chief, he can talk to us. He can let us know. If we're doing something wrong, I can tell my people not to do that. But right now, there's already so much confusion and chaos going on. We don't know how this thing's going to turn out. I came out for peace and unity, a peaceful message that's already turning out nasty. I dealt with stress all week. You know what I'm saying? We have to have a message of inclusion for all people. But right now, again, Huntington Beach Police Department, they don't want to include all of it. So, I don't know. What's up? Appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you.
DJ, shall we start together?
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna do a picket line. A picket line. What's a picket line? What's a picket line? Anybody want to be a picket line? We're gonna be peaceful today. All of us people that came out for Black Lives Matter today, we're not here for war with the police. Apparently they're bringing war to us already. We have other people bringing us war later. We have to be on our best behavior today. Obviously, we don't want to cause any incidents. We don't want to cause any headache for our local police department. We want to be on our best behavior today. We're not here to incite riots. We're not here to engage our enemies. What we're here to do is promote a message of inclusion for all people. That's all we're doing here.
Right.
That's all we're doing here today. I'm not here for war. I'm here for peace.
That's right.
You know, BLM LA, they don't support me, allegedly. Well, they don't support me. But last I heard, there's LA in the name. This is Huntington Beach. I'm Black Lives Matter Huntington Beach because LA won't support me. They won't protect me. I'm putting my life in danger out here by myself.
We're here.
I'm on my own two toes.
We're here.
I'm by myself. I did bring some friends.
I'm from LA. I'm from LA.
I've got some friends. LA's here. LA's here. LA's here. LA's here. LA is here. Who's that Patrice lady? We wanted to know who you were anyway. Who was that? Hope you're comfortable in that house. I live in an apartment. So, I didn't really plan to speak right now, but people are gathered around, so I might as well speak a little bit right now.
Come on, bro.
We're going to be speaking at different times today. I want to give other people an opportunity to share their story, share their struggles, share how they feel when they come here to Huntington.
Maybe want to make sure your lens is
How
clean.
they felt, how our local police department make us feel when we come out here for a message of peace, and then they just throw us in a cage that they built for us 200 years ago. So, right now, I don't necessarily really want to speak now because my brain is a million places. But if somebody else wants to maybe share their story, share their experience, and just help create an overall peaceful environment with me, the floor is open for you to speak as well.
Laura, you hold this for her 1 second.
Don't engage your troll.
Thank you. Here, we can stick it back on here now.
Yeah.
I'll go after him.
Just don't push the red button.
I appreciate that. I'm like Butterfingers over here.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry guys, apparently I can't multitask.
Occupy the pier. That's our message. That's the pier.
Neither male nor female. All are equal in Christ. God is going to destroy America because Americans love evil, love money, and love war. God's going to give you all over to slavery. You'll be equal slaves to the Chinese military. It's coming. War with China is coming. Being financed by your white power structure. Financed by Black Lives Matter. The Chinese military is being built right now. Get ready, guys. Get ready for it. You get to all work in a shoe factory. You get equal pay.
This is going to be Occupy the Pier. This is our space today. This is our space today. Occupy the Pier. We're not marching. I'm not putting anybody in danger today. We're not going to do that. We're not here for war. We're here for peace. So again, we're not marching. We're occupying this space, and we don't want our city to be a reflection of hate. We want unity and community. 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 That's what we want.
Hey, good morning, family. Listen up. Good morning, family. How's everybody doing? All right. My name is Najee Ali. I'm a community activist from LA, and I'm just here to show my support for the community of Huntington Beach, the leadership, the activists, the organizers, the residents. So my brief statement is, I don't care whether you're white, black, Asian, Latino, Native American, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, a member of the LGBTQ community. I don't care about none of that. What I do care is about humanity and the human race. That's right. So I care about all of us. That's right. So my message is a message of peace, unity, tolerance, and to help stop the hate. That's what I'm against. But what I am for is about unity. What I am about is about us working together peacefully. So I want to commend the leadership for taking a stand against racism and hate. I want to commend everyone for being out here, because my faith and confidence is not in the KKK and racists. My faith is in you. Every person I see out here, I have faith in you and all of us working together to say, stop the hate, stop the racism. So I'm not here to give a speech, but I am here to show my solidarity with all of you who are here, and I mean this with my heart. I love each and every one of you because you are the best in humanity and the human race. So let's keep fighting for justice, peacefully.
We're going to bring it over to the podium right here, guys.
Uh-oh, competition's back.
Strong heart, huh?
That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh wow, this is cool. Hey. We gathered here today as one people, not just kidding. This is pretty cool though, huh? We got a podium now. So they said that as long as we're on the sidewalk or something, I don't know what they're saying, but with our amplified sound, this is battery powered. If anybody says that this is amplified sound, this is battery powered, not amplified. Battery powered, so have fun with that one. But again, if anybody wants to speak, this is not just my space, this is our space. This show is not about me. There's a lot of media, a lot of TV around, but this is not specifically about me. This is about us as a community. I never asked for all this attention. I made a call for action, and I gathered attention due to my call of action and due to BLM LA. Shout out to them. Shout outs. Y'all made me famous.
Could you just tell us your name?
My name is Troy Johnson, also known around our community as TJ. I put my public information out there. I'm personally taking your phone calls. If anybody wants to work in the future with me, help build a better community, and have a message of inclusion for all, no matter what the circumstances are, work with me, call me.
Hello, everyone. White supremacy has been rooted in this nation for hundreds of years. The same problems we're dealing with today have been monumental and fundamental in our country's history. We look at current circumstances with children in cages. America has always put children in cages. When it came to assimilating the Native Americans, when it came to selling slaves, they were already separating families from the get. And now our Latinx brothers and sisters are faced with the same turmoil that we faced for generations. People don't understand what it means to say Black Lives Matter, but we say it because here in America, Black lives don't matter. We're tired of being on the back burner. We're tired of living the cliche, here today and gone tomorrow. As a Black gay man in America, I wake up each day to bring the fight to my neighbors, to my city, to my county, each and every day. And I ask myself, this is a fight against injustice. When I think of a fight, I think a fight needs to have an end. And the only way we can end this injustice is by uniting together.
Yeah.
Through inclusivity.
That's right. Come on.
Through realizing that when we struggle together, we help carry the burden, we help carry the load, and things become a lot easier. The rise in hate crime against Asian Americans is disrespectful and disgusting. White supremacy has no place, and it's been able to thrive in this imperialistic, capitalistic society. And today, and furthermore, we need to say no more.
That's right. That's right.
We need to stand together and be together in every fight, in every corner, and in every avenue. There was a day in America when you knew your neighbor's name. We need to bring that time back. We need to bring that time forward that has never existed in America. A time where our neighbors are our brothers and sisters, not because they share the same class or the same economic standing as us, but because they share the same diverse values, the same inherent goal. That our American dream is a dream that we dream together. Instead of living and being awake, eyes wide open in this American nightmare. We should not allow any breath for hate speech. We should not allow any breath for white supremacy. Our First Amendment says, hey, you have the right to say whatever you want, whoever and whatever. But what supersedes that is our right to live free. Our inalienable right to exist as a human here on earth. We're enslaved by our 9 to 5, we're enslaved by our suffrage, and enslaved by the hate our oppressors put on us. But if you agree with what I'm saying, raise your fist high in the sky. Because individually, we stand, but united, we're strong. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for being a force against the white supremacy. Stronger together.
Hi everybody! How's everybody doing? My name is Juisa, and I'm with the Freedom Socialist Party, Los Angeles. I'm also a member of SEIU 721. I'm an LA County public worker. And I'm here not just because I'm a socialist and it's my duty to speak out against white supremacists, but as a union worker, white supremacists are not just racist. They're anti-union, they're anti-queer, they're anti-immigrant, they're anti-abortion. So we have to have solidarity. The labor movement needs to be here, just like the community needs to be here. Because when we fight together as the labor movement and as a community and the left and anyone who is a target of the KKK, we can actually overthrow the system and create it based on the needs that we have. We make everything, so we should run society. Right on. That's right. We make things run, we make the profits, so we should benefit from that and not to have 2 and 3 jobs just to survive. Or to have capitalists pit Asian sisters against the rest of us, pit immigrants against American-born folks. Division in this country is rooted in capitalism, and it's been here since Native American land was stolen and black folks from Africa were do not agree. The Freedom Socialist Party does not agree with ignoring white supremacists. I don't care if they're in Huntington Beach, if they have the audacity to come to LA. Every time we oppose them, their movement will decrease significantly. We are more than them, right? We are more than the white supremacists. So don't let anyone fool you to think that there are more white supremacists than the rest of us. We outnumber them, and every time we take the opportunity to let them know that we will not stand for white supremacy in the KKK, whether in the workplace, in the community, or anywhere else. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. And we agree. Thank you, PJ, for calling this action and for calling for solidarity. That's why we're here.
John.
No fascists, no fear.
John.
Immigrants are welcome here, no fascists, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here, no fascists, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No Nazis. Nazis, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Nazis, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Nazis, no KKK, no fascist USA. Thank you.
We got this small one.
Okay.
That huge one, that's the police.
That's what I was going to say. It's because it looks like a military grade, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely police.
Yeah, and that, you got the chopper rolling around. There's another.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We got a team of snipers
Listen.
up there.
Oh, shit, that's right.
There's certain ways that I like doing a speech.
I know what our tricks. I know what they're up to.
I haven't really said anything yet, but I will speak up, and I appreciate the volume control. But I also don't like holding myself in a certain light. I don't like standing up like this and speaking to everybody, so I'm going to take a knee. And you don't have to take a knee. You can sit if you would like to, and you could also stand if you would like to too. I understand that taking a knee could be hard on you, but I also would like to practice not having a certain ego and not having a certain posture when speaking to people. From last summer, we've started a way to address anti-blackness within a city that we're only 1% of. And to show the critical mass that turned out for such a small amount of people touched my heart. I actually could not speak at one point, but just seeing the overwhelming presence that came across as you guys listened. We've been seeing and living the same way for a while within this city, but the hatred has never been an issue worthy to address until last summer. I don't call myself an activist. I don't call myself a revolutionary. I don't call myself a protester, because this is natural to me. When that hatred came my way, it was natural to me to have self-defense. That was taught to me from my father, my uncle, and I learned how to move, and it was taught to me from the greats. And I also appreciate a sign back there that talked about Momia, because Momia was someone that I tuned into constantly. And when this virus first hit, the first thing I thought about was, I hope that this virus frees Momia. Months ago, about a month ago, he caught COVID-19. Before that, he had diabetes issues that the jail system, the prison system, capitalist prison system, would not take care of. So I believe it was his liver that failed. And under the diet, after he already beat death row, a death sentence, he got put on slow death row. And for them to take so long to care about his COVID,
like many prisoners right now, there is another death sentence. He's been in long enough, and there's been enough officers that have got off from murdering us, and they can't even prove his murder of an officer, but kept him in longer than any officer I know has ever been convicted. But again, for this world to care about a person, a journalist that wrote about police brutality, I felt that. I felt the same way when you guys come out to support a people that are so small within the population in this city. You see us as the same. You see us as the same when we're included. And then privilege does not become an exclusive membership within a club. You guys sacrifice that for 1% of this city. That's beautiful. Those are the type of things that I take a knee to. I do not take a knee or say hands up, don't shoot to a police officer. That's not me. That's not me. I stand up and I fight back. Fight back has always been the way. Fight back has always been the way. Fear has never solved white supremacy. And you guys came out this morning after all the talk and all the propaganda, all the scare tactics and fear mongering, and you showed up. You guys showed up. You know, before this place got down to 1%, actually I don't know the statistics like this, but I do know that there were more black people within this city at one point. But at the same time, within the, it's around the 90s, and then a little bit towards 2007, there was a time with the police, and they would route you out if you were black within Huntington Beach. And they would say, don't come back to this city after they pull you over or lock you up. So if you are black or you love black people, and you were within the belly of the beast, you know, the jail systems, it's a common story when they ask you, where are you from? I say Huntington Beach. Oh, what the hell? Why? Why are you there? You know what I mean? And they tell you the same story. Last time I went there, I got pulled over by the police and they told me never to come back, never to come through that city. That's gangbanging to me. That's terrorism to me. I do not care if it's from a police officer, and I do not care if it's from one of these prejudiced vigilantes that want to impose their will on us. I've been to Mother's Beach at supposedly the wrong time. I sat there at night thinking that I could chill. Not really that many people here. I had people rush down my car. I think it was like 4 or 3 of them. They tapped on my window at first, then they punched my window. He didn't break it, so I rolled down my window. He said, niggas aren't allowed here in this parking lot. So then he did the little Nazi salute. I got out of my car, you know, threw hands. They ran back up into their apartment. But look, there's a problem with that story. I'm not saying this as any kind of bragging or nothing. The problem is I shouldn't have to go through that. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to go through the same prejudice hit. The same prejudice hit on May 31st in front of all of you guys. When I was over here speaking to the same people that were shouting white power at me, and they were telling me to get on my side, the guy that pointed it in my face, he said, if a business gets burned, I'm gonna burn you, motherfucker. After that, I told them, first of all, I'm not going to get on a side because that would be appropriating a different type of segregation. They didn't like that. 3 of them came over from the left side and they rushed me, and you know, I'd never had a chance to thank the person that was there behind me, and I kind of regret that. I'm sorry, but he backed me up, and I dodged a lot of punches, and I thought it was over, and then the guy punched me in the face for not getting on my side. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing, but now it's right in front of everybody. This is in front of everybody. The people that didn't connect on the punch didn't get anything. That's not any kind of hate crime, and I would like a hate crime to be called a hate crime. Whether you're Asian, you're gay, trans, black, white, I want a hate crime to be a hate crime, labeled as a hate crime. You see what I'm saying? Because if that was labeled as a hate crime, imagine how it would be today. How far would a KKK rally go if that was labeled as a hate crime when we were asking a hate crime to be labeled as a hate crime? One person out of that, the one person that connected a punch got minor, like, assault, something like that, misdemeanor assault. But we should not have to deal with that for showing love for people. And that has been a problem within this city. A lack of culture, a lack of identity. And when you have to step on the neck of a people to identify yourself, that is not a culture, that's terrorism. You're trying to beat me into submission. The colonizers did that. Genocide does that. That's not civilized. So it should never be called civilization. See what I'm saying? So, I would just like to wrap this up by letting you know, again, thank you for carrying on tradition, first of all. I love you for showing up, and you don't know how much it means to me and all the stories that I could tell you of the hatred that I've dealt on my own, one deep, walking to elementary school as a little kid. I love that you guys are here because I know that I got a nephew. And I know that what you're doing is making an easier life for him and the children that love him. And hopefully they don't have to witness what my friends have witnessed me go through. So thank you.
Thank you.
What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. All right, give yourself a hand.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Give yourself a round of applause.
and speak, talk, open mic for individuals who want to tell about their stories or what brings them out here today to stand against the hatred.
We got some right here. Okay. One second.
My name is Najee Ali. I'm a community activist from LA. But on March 29th, I was in the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, in support of the family of George Floyd. George Floyd, as many of you know, was the black man who was tortured and murdered on videotape by a police officer named Derek Chauvin. And I stood and prayed with the Floyd family, their attorney Ben Crump, Reverend Sharpton, and the leadership of Minnesota. And then I returned back home to LA only to hear news that the KKK and white supremacists were coming to your city of Huntington Beach. So as I thought to myself, if I can go to Minnesota to stand up and speak out against racism, against a black man being tortured and murdered, certainly I can get in my car and drive from LA to stand with the citizens of Huntington Beach. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to support the leadership and the residents who are here, and I want to commend each and every one of you for having the courage and the conviction to speak out against racism and to show unity. So with that, I am for everyone, whether you're black, white, Latino, Asian, LGBTQ, Native American, Christian, Muslim, Jew, it don't matter. If you're a member of the human race, I'm with you. I stand with you. I love you. And I will continue to be a voice with yours against racism and intolerance and injustice. So with that, I want to thank the organizers and all the activists and all the residents for being out here standing up for what's right.
That's right.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Next, we're going to have a wonderful speaker, Coco, the craftivist. Give her a big round of applause and welcome.
Hey, Coco! Woo, Coco!
Everyone can hear? All right. Hey, I'm Coco. Hi, guys, family. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up in solidarity. As always, I'm the one that speaks about Tia. She's still in jail. That sucks. September 26th of 20, we went to Yorba Linda, and we were surrounded by domestic terrorists, the same terrorists that were at the Capitol on January 6th. The same terrorists that we've been telling the cops about, but that's really indifferent because it's telling the terrorists that they're terrorists. So what do we do? Yeah, so that day in Yorba Linda, they came out to do a march and they were countered. And the mayor of Yorba Linda also said there's nothing we can do to protect our town against them. But protect our town against what? Showing you love? It was March for Equality. Tia always preached about love. Before every march, she always taught us the chant, "We love you." And we all had to say it, and she'd get pissed as fuck if we didn't do it right. Because she wanted to let everyone know that we love you. Everything was about organizing and educating, because we cannot fight hate with hate. We can only fight hate with love and education. That's right. So we gotta educate these people. We gotta swallow our pride and be able to be cool and calm and collected under these tense and hateful situations. Tia put her life on the line to protect a lot of us. A lot of us. She was the only one that went down. She saved a lot of us.
Free Tia!
Free Tia!
Free Tia!
Free Tia! As she went down, a deputy even went to her in the crowd and the car. He did not clear a space for her car to get out. He did not assist her. She was on the phone with 911, and she said the deputy just left me. What do I do? What do you do when you're on the phone with 911? What do you do when the deputy who you call to come help you doesn't do anything at all? and you're still surrounded by people telling you that you're never going to get out of here, and then your car gets kicked, and you're in fear for your life, and you know they have guns. You called and you're saying, I see guns. I see guns. What are the cops going to intervene when we see guns? We are not an open carry state. They let these white supremacists and these domestic terrorists open carry their guns. We have seen it time and time and time again at our rallies. Their guns pointed at us and the cops not doing shit about it. What the fuck are we paying them for? The Supreme Court ruled that they don't even have to protect and serve. It is not their obligation. The Supreme Court ruled that cops are not obligated to protect and serve us. Well, they proved that on Yorba Linda, didn't they? Yeah. They walked up to Tia and they left her ass there to fend for herself. What are you going to do but lead your people out of there to safety when you are attacked? And how many times have we seen the cops protect these white supremacists? Protect them.
They stood with them.
Yes, they stood with them. They stood with them. Exactly. So now Tia is the only political prisoner besides Jasmine Abdullah of this movement. The big difference between Tia driving through people to save her life was that she actually had to save her life. 2 days earlier in Hollywood on the 24th, there was a blue truck and a white Prius. They were not surrounded by protesters. They were just merely impatient and didn't want to wait their turn to drive because people were walking. What a fucking inconvenience. So they were so inconvenienced that they thought, oh, let me just drive through everybody. Are they in jail? They caused a fracture, skull fracture, broken arm. They're not in jail. They didn't get a ticket. They didn't get cited. They didn't get nothing. Here our girl is surrounded, getting kicked, her car getting slashed. Somebody smashed her window in with their elbow. And she is on premeditated murder? Who the fuck premeditates a mob surrounding your car? Nobody. But Todd Spitzer is hella racist out here. And Todd Spitzer, and we need to get rid of that fool because he takes bribes and it has come out for theft. One of his co-workers, a 30-year investigator, said that he has evidence that Todd Spitzer takes bribes to bury evidence, hide evidence, and work against black people. He has also been accused by several people in his office for sexual harassment. He's dirty. How can we trust a dirty, dirty, dirty politician, especially a DA? We obviously can't. So this is who's holding Tia. In New Jersey, there was a man who wanted to protest having to wear masks and he wanted to open his bar. So he was an anti-masker and he protested in New Jersey. He ran over 2 officers. One was on his hood. One was hanging off of his car. He didn't get arrested. He didn't get anything. Nothing happened to him. He is free. He was not under threat. He was not under duress. And he ran over cops. And the cops didn't do anything about it. So really, is this about black lives or blue lives? Right. They try to preach. They try to change the narrative. They don't give a shit when they're running over cops. Right. It's just a way to say, we don't like black lives. We're going to protect the cops because we know that they protect our racism. Cops and Klan go hand in hand.
Cops and Klan go hand in hand.
Cops and Klan go hand in hand. And we have seen that repeatedly in Orange County.
How can they support you?
Yeah. So we need to get our girl out, and the only way we can get her out is by donating to her bail fund. You need to go to freetia2020.com and donate to her bail fund. You need to write to our senators and tell the story of the New Jersey guy getting out for free. The guy who said they looked like they needed an attitude adjustment is not even in jail. He got 3 years probation. There's no reason why Tia should be in jail for saving her life because self-defense is not a crime. Self-defense is not a crime.
Self-defense is not a crime.
Self-defense is not a crime.
Self-defense is not a crime.
So we need to rescue our girl. We need to write to our senators. We need to write to our leaders. And we need to donate and get her the fuck out so she can fight for her life.
Free Tia.
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 All right, who's next?
All right, we have up next
Jovi.
Jovi from Huntington Beach. Give it up. Give her a big round of applause.
Racism hurts every race. I was married to a black man. We got stopped for speeding in either Kentucky or Tennessee, and they took us into the police station and tried to get me to say that this black man had kidnapped me so they could arrest him. So racism hurts us all, and we're all the same race, no matter what the color on the outside. I had this sign in my window. The neighbors complained to the manager. He said, take it down. I said, no, it's educational. You can't make me take down something in my own house. Black lives matter. Blue lives matter. And another thing, Asian lives matter also. The thing is, when we talk about Black Lives Matter and they say all lives matter, white lives matter, white lives have always mattered. Just trying to bring up everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give it up for Josie. Next we have Rashawn from Huntington Beach. Come on, give him a big warm welcome.
Hey guys, my name is Rashawn. I'm actually from Huntington Beach. I've lived in OC for 14 years now. I've been to 20 or so of these protests since George Floyd back in May. And I want to share my story every single time. I'm going to make this brief. I was born in Vegas, grew up in Louisiana, grew up in the deep south, an hour south of Mississippi, Louisiana. And
You might need a new battery in there.
thank you. It was a small town. It was like 200, 300 of us, and it was mostly African American. Racism wasn't so much of an issue, unless you went outside of our town. And so when I was about 4 years old, we went into my dentist, and I was really brainwashed as a kid. My skin. And my dentist didn't know that I guess I was black. And he treated us perfectly fine, but then my dad walks in one day and he stopped serving us. And I guess that was a breaking point for my mom. And so she brought us up to California, to civilization, where things would be more civil and polite. And it was for a while. The majority of people were kind, don't get me wrong. But I was in Newport Beach, and
Keep talking. Don't let this be a distraction.
Please continue paying attention.
I'm a photographer. I'm actually trying to take photos of that real quick. Sorry, guys.
All right, we have 2 more speakers, 3 more speakers.
White silence is violence!
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 Black Lives Matter!
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 Protect Asian women!
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 Okay, I'm gonna have my next speaker. Remember to pay attention.
Hey y'all, I'm glad you're out here. I don't know what's going on in the back there, But if we came out here to show some unity, you need to be over here and eyes forward. This is where you need to be. Let's stop with the bullshit. If you came about bullshit, go home. This doesn't help any of us. Hi, I'm T. Sorry about the rude introduction. Not sorry, really.
That's right. That's right.
At the end of the day. That's right. Oh, fuck that flag. But anyway, it didn't do a damn thing for me, and it didn't do anything for you. If you are walking in non-white skin, it didn't do anything for you. If you are walking in white skin, you have a privilege, and for you to deny that, that's you. That's your fragility. That's your guilt. What you need to do is really check out history, a real history. America has a nasty history. It's picked on anybody, black, brown, and indigenous. It's picked on Asians. If you were not born with white skin, this America is treating you differently. And for anybody to deny that, again, you're benefiting from it. But you need to remember something. Even if you don't walk in white skin and you're benefiting from it, it's not going to benefit your future. You're being selfish. Everything that we do now is to build upon what we need to have for the future and for our children, for our grandchildren. This is what real generational wealth looks like. It's not about money. It's about putting people in powerful positions to make shit happen. We have laws that have been regulated to keep us down. We have laws that have been enforced and have been on books for centuries, for decades, I mean. And they continue to use these to their advantages. Everything is benefiting, and it gives you an illusion of white supremacy. Because we all know white skin is not superior to anybody's fucking skin. We all bleed red blood. If you, God forbid, were to drop down right now and need some blood, my blood can save you. Your blood can save me. Are you going to deny that? At the end of the day, the root of it all is racism. We're out in these streets. We've been out here for over a year, and we talk about unity. We talk about community, right? The one thing that we have in common with our different ethnicities is joy. We have a way to dig deep and find joy even when there's no way. We make something out of nothing. This is the people that we are. We built this shit, we maintain this shit, and we get nothing out of it. We get crumbs. People that are living and they're benefiting from this, and they're walking in non-white skin, and you're benefiting, you really don't have a benefit, because at any given moment, your life can be lost too. We are treated differently, but you know what? The minority, guess what? We're now the fucking majority. And as soon as you realize that, we make moves. We cannot make moves unless we're making them together. That means we need to continue to support each other. We need to go to each other's events. We need to listen to what people are telling you. You need to get involved with your city, your council members. We vote those fuckers in. What you need to do is don't just vote on them because they got a last name that sounds good. Check them out. Make them do their jobs. And if they don't do it, then you go do it, damn it. If you can have a guy like, what's his name, Trump, in the fucking White House, you can do this, damn it. Any one of you can do this at any given time. Throw your name in the hat. Talk to one of the organizers. Tell us what you're doing. Let us see what you're about. You've got backing. There are more of us than there are them. That's right. That's right. And as soon as people understand this, that's when we make some moves. I know I'm guilty. My vote doesn't count. I'm only one person. But one of us, we add up when we come together. It's time that we continue to have those tough conversations. We don't let the bullshit jokes go aside. Because Those things are what keeps racism alive. We can allow racism to continue to exist. We're never going to completely get rid of it, but the reality is we do have unity. If you truly care about human issues, then this is where you stand, and you stand together united in that, no matter what your skin is. So at the end of the day, again, there are more of us. We are the minority, but we are the majority. Get involved with your surroundings. Get involved with your community. We have a housing crisis right now where people, they've been living under an umbrella of a protection. We're not having to pay rent. They didn't have jobs and all. So they're going to be out in the streets soon. We're not going to talk about the 300 or 400 bed facility that was closed down in Orange County that held for unhoused folks on February the 23rd. We could talk about the music center that's opening up, and that has something to do with they're going to be collecting people with mental illness. People, we've got to get involved. Long Beach, they're bringing in, I can't remember how many number of babies to put them in that convention center. These babies got here legally. Don't believe the fucking hype. Read what the laws are. They did what they were supposed to do. These babies were not unaccompanied. When they showed up with their parents, they said, you can't come here with the kid.
Right.
But if the kid is by themselves, then we'll take care of them.
Right. Yeah,
but what they didn't tell the parents was how they were going to take care of them. And then also, let's remember that some of them were separated at the border and never even gave that right for their children to believe. Why are we holding the babies? Let them go back to people who love them. Let us go in there and see what's happening with them. I will take home a baby. I will take home a baby. That baby doesn't need to be there. People say, oh, don't get an abortion. Fuck that. What are you going to do? How many people have an issue with people getting an abortion? How many of you are willing to stay with that mother and that baby so that baby gets to college? None? Some? Maybe? That's the reality of this shit. But I'm going to let you know something too. Black and brown people, we keep our babies. That's not the issue. Things are always pointed back to us, but that's not where it really is. Y'all got to look deeper into some things to see the racism and how heavily it's embedded in things. It's not that simple. There's so much, but we have so much power. What I want you guys to take away from here right now, I know I said a lot. Please look into Title 42. Y'all Google that shit. Get on that shit. Make some noise about that shit and help stand with people and demand that those babies are set free and sent back home. You guys get on to our senators about Tia. That's bullshit. I was there in Yorba Linda. That's not premeditated. That was 200 to 300 white supremacists with whittled off flagpoles, with guns. I was bear maced. That shit worked for 8 hours and it burned.
They had guns.
They had guns. They broke her windshield with a gun, y'all. They kicked the back of her car. That's what spooked her and what made her pull off. Let the real truth be told. Political prisoner, yes, that's Tia. You guys go look at freetia2020.com as well. Donate to that cause. We've got people out here fighting for her. She would fight for you. The last thing that I want to say is you guys keep your head on a swivel out here today. I don't know what today's going to unfold, but please try to keep your attentions here. This is what we're out here for, right? Be here for the right thing. Show me what America looks like! This is what America looks like! I can't hear you. Show me what America looks like! This is what America looks like! Show me what America looks like! This is what America looks like! What do we want? Unity. What do we want? Unity. What do we want? Unity. When do we want it? Now. Because who takes care of us? We do. We take care of us. Continue taking care of each other. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Good afternoon. My
to protect, and we are out here to make change. And the only way we can do that is to have everybody involved. We don't stand for white supremacy. We are going to stamp it out. And we can only do it with you. Only with you. Each and every one of you that are here today, God sees you. He sees you. We are out here for justice. We are out here to stop the hate. We are out here so that we may walk, drive, run black. Wherever. We are out here for our Asian sisters and brothers who are getting persecuted right now. We stand with you. For our white allies, we stand with you and we love you. And keep supporting us in this effort. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! Listen to people when they are talking. Thank you.
What do we want? Unity!
What do we want?
Unity! When do we want it?
Now! What do we want?
Unity! When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Unity!
When do we want it?
Now!
Give yourselves a hand, everybody. Right.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Val Carlson. I'm with the Freedom Socialist Party. Came down here from Los Angeles to support this very important rally today. I want to commend Troy and the people in Huntington Beach for their courage and tenacity in calling this gathering to stand up to the white supremacy, the Nazis, and all of the nastiness that seems to have been unleashed in this country. Been around for a very long time, but former president made it a lot more popular, and now we need to make it a lot more unpopular. In the United States, the Freedom Socialist Party has been involved in fighting the right wing since the 1980s in the Northwest. They wanted to take over all of Washington and Oregon and Northern California, and we did not let them precisely because we did what people are doing here today, which was stand together in unity, call out our message, which is one of solidarity and needing to stand up and confront them. There are people who say, don't confront them, just ignore them and they'll go away. That doesn't work. If we ignore them, they grow. When a big crowd like this comes out, it deters them. They're bullies. They don't want to get hurt. It's important for us to be united and disciplined in our efforts.
Sorry guys, I wanted to come out and see what else is going on out here.
Bad policing. We got everyone else too? Yeah, all I got here is... Yeah, don't worry. Okay, we good.
I saw that. Right, and destroy workers' power. Standing up against it paves the way to the kind of society.
Take your mask off. And yell.
Still the one who wear the red hat, you know?
But also alternative to what the Nazis are trying to do is...
They talk about all lives matter, but they don't wear masks, so obviously all lives don't matter to them. I came here for a reason. Put a mask on, Tara. Come on. Put a mask on, Tara. You can do it. It wasn't peaceful.
What's your reason?
Peaceful.
so is mine.
It doesn't seem so. You're starting problems.
You're
walking around without a mask.
Come on, spit out some more people, Karen. Oh yeah, freedom, freedom.
There she goes.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
Huh? I'm really good right now. Yeah. What is that perspective that I have? I think a lot of time.
Hello. Who's out here, James?
Yes. It's Dave. I talked to him on Thursday.
Black lives they matter here. Brown lives they matter here. Brown lives they matter here. Black and brown we shut shit down. 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 Who shut shit down? Black and brown. Who shut shit down? We shut shit down. Who shut shit down? We shut shit down. Who shut shit down? We shut shit down.
Protect trans women! Protect trans women! Protect trans women! Protect trans women! All Black Lives Matter here! All Black Lives Matter here! All Black Lives Matter here!
All Black Lives Matter here.
All Black Lives Matter here!
All Black Lives Matter here.
All Black Lives Matter here!
All Black Lives Matter here.
All Black Lives Matter here!
All Black Lives Matter here.
All Black Lives Matter here!
She just smells Okay, so you can see a huge police presence in the back there. There's some snipers on the roof over there. We're getting closer to when these guys are supposed to show up. I'm not actually sure that they will.
I matter here! I matter here! I matter here! I matter here! It is not enough for us to fight for justice. It is not enough for us to fight on a daily basis. You have to protect trans women. It has already been 7 deaths that have been counted. 7! 6 of those deaths were over the It was not a suicide.
This is Pacific Coast Highway in front of the pier.
It was not a suicide.
It was not a suicide.
It was not a suicide.
Hey guys!
It was not a suicide.
When black people are lynched, it was not a suicide.
It was not a suicide.
When black people are lynched, it was not a suicide.
It was not a suicide.
When trans people are killed, it was not a suicide.
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 Yeah.
All right. Come on, I'm not gonna speak, I'm gonna chant, right? Because we got some messages to give to the community. So I don't know if you know this one, but it goes like this. Come give me that B.
B, I got your B, I got your B.
Come give me that L.
L, I got your L, I got your L.
Come give me that M.
M, I got your M, I got your M.
Now what's that mean?
Black Lives Matter.
What's that mean?
Black Lives Matter.
What's that mean?
Black Lives Matter!
I said, come give me that B.
B, I got your B, I got your B.
Come give me that L.
L, I got your L, I got your L.
Come give me that M.
M, I got your M, I got your M.
Now, what's that spell?
Black Lives Matter!
What's that spell?
Black Lives Matter!
Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Now we have this chant that we use, and it says, I love being black. But we want to...
Nazis go home! Nazis go home! Nazis go home! Nazis go home!
Hey, you guys, your attention needs to be over here.
Nazis go home!
Go home. Hey,
Nazis go
if you're here to support us, don't have your attention. That's over here.
Nazis go home!
Nazis go home!
Nazis go home!
Nazis go home.
Nazis go home!
Sorry.
Hey, de-escalate! 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 De-escalate!
Get on your motorcycle! Take off!
Nazis go home! Nazis go home! That's pretty close. Nazis go home! Nazis go home!
Make a space! Make a space! Make a space! Make a space!
Nazis go home!
They just pushed them across the street.
Back to the sidewalk! Back to the sidewalk! Back to the sidewalk!
Good job doing your job for once, bitch.
Back to the sidewalk!
You like bootlegging for the Nazis? Fuck you.
You guys back up.
Gordon, help him!
On the sidewalk, please. On the sidewalk, please.
This is what community looks like. Black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Brown lives, they matter here.
Brown lives, they matter here.
Asian lives, they matter here.
Asian lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Go home, Nazis.
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 Go home, Nazis. Go home, Nazis.
Go home, Nazis.
Go home, Nazis.
Go home, Nazis.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
All right.
Go kill yourself while you're at it.
Go home, Chud.
Why don't you go kill yourself? Hang yourself on a noose, motherfucker. To answer your question, no. But I do play a video game today, Sonic. So he was just saying white lives matter, and that's it.
You are not security or a filmer.
What did you say?
This one guy that we're telling go home, he's just like white lives matter. Yes, he said white lives matter. And I don't know, he was trying to fight somebody. And like, thankfully there were enough people that, I don't know, hold him back.
We're sensitive to what each other are going through. I'm sensitive to the fact that the group
they were in the face with another guy.
right now. I'm sensitive to the fact that across America, black people are being killed every day. I'm sensitive to the fact that gay transgender people are going through all kinds of things. I don't even know how long they've been going through this. I'm sensitive to all that. We all matter, and we're all stronger together. Today, we protect us. This is what community looks like.
Alright, so the plan here is just not to ever let these guys come in here for their march.
Speakers, we do want to keep us peaceful, so if you have a message or a story to tell, please feel free. This is not about any one individual group. This is not about any one individual person. Feel free to share your story.
We need a bigger sage stick. Wait, I have to show that. We need a bigger one, I think.
A lot bigger.